guys to episode 7 of the Tale of Regions here at Koblenz. Now I'm gonna kick things off with some pretty bad news. As you can see here in the bottom right corner, Christopher Ebert has left us for Arminia Bielefeld for only 230,000 euros. I'm not pleased about this. The board decided to sell him. I probably could have sold him for more if they gave me the opportunity, but they decided that the 230,000 euro bid from Arminia Bielefeld and also from, I believe it was Mönchengladbach, who also came in for him for the same amount of money. They decided to just accept it, and here we are. Now there's one positive side to this. The finances aren't as bad anymore. They also injected 375k to our balance. Now it's still in the red, mainly because of the 40% profit that the Altrudensdorf got, which was like, I believe, £90,000 or euros better. So yeah, we're still on the red. It isn't as bad anymore as it was once before, but Ebert is gone. Now there's one in to tell you about, Nate Robertson. He is, as you can see, 18 years old and not 17. He's also a winger, which we don't use. Now let me explain. I found that signing 17-year-olds was just impossible in the window, because what all clubs tend to do, or almost always do, is give a youth player a contract till he's well 18. So that means there are no players whose contracts expire who are younger than 18 years old. So I decided to move the limit for me to sign players for a bit. It's now 18 instead of 17, because otherwise we would be stuck with the same players and just getting worse players in for a lot of money, which we don't have. So it's going to be 18 for the foreseeable future and probably forever. But that doesn't explain why I signed a winger. Now he was free, he had no club. You can see he played at Eltersdorf last season. He hasn't had a club for 6 months. And he is pretty good. I'm hoping I'm able to retrain him as maybe a wing back if I decide to play them in the future. His marking is 2, his tackling is 4, so I'm not really sure yet. We decided to play for the minimum wage at our club. We had some space in the transfer budget and in the wage budget due to the sale of Ebert, so I decided to take a punt on him. He was on a free. His physicals are pretty good, so we'll see how that gets on. And now I was also looking at some other players. I'll just quickly show him to you. Not do that. His name, I wrote it down. His name, Prokopenko was his name. This guy. He looks pretty decent. He was probably gonna be the replacement for Ebert. I would really like him to be at our club. I clicked him away. Alright, that's the way you do that. But he decided to join Union Berlin. Now, that's probably fair play. We are still in the 6th tier of English football, of German football, and Union, I believe, are 2nd Bundesliga. Yeah, they are. So it probably makes sense for him. So that deal fell through, even though we accepted on the contract. He was asking quite a lot of money, but I decided to just take what I could get at this point. So we have a slight problem. Now I am negotiating with Marius Mill. He is not as good as Prokopenko, but he's still pretty decent. It's like 2 stars current, I believe. He's 2 stars, yeah. So he may be coming. He's on a free transfer as well. I think he wanted only the minimum wage. So, and there's more players now that the limit is 18. It opened up a lot of opportunities for us. As you can see here, I'm scouting quite a lot of players, and if you just look at, like, at most 77 players, none of which were really that good. Will be probably the best of the bunch. Not that great, and if you just tuck it into 18, it's 1700 players. And you see in the red already shortlisted a number of them who I'm looking at, but most of them aren't willing to discuss terms with me just yet. They're mostly waiting to a bit longer run on the contract. You can see all those players, all the contracts will expire in 3 months. All of them, actually. So, well, we'll have to look at how that goes. But I'm pretty positive on the fact that we can, at the end of the season, when, of course, our loanees return, Akufo goes, Ternoglu goes, Kunert goes, that we can bring in some solid centre-backs and a new attacking midfielder to just strengthen the team. And I really want to push for promotion in the next season as well. Now, for the games we played. I played, let's see, Stad Dalentov was the last one. I played 4 games in the meantime. The games against Dachau was really bad. It was really bad. It was even the entire game. They probably had the best of the game before Ukro in the 87th minute scored a beautiful goal. I thought it was deflected and it wasn't really that nice, but we'll just look at it. Because it was a huge turning point. Because basically Roland Dachau and Stad Dalentov are winning every game. Yeah, you can see here. I'll just slow in and rewind it for a bit. If they let me. They will. It was a demo cross. Warmick, it got deflected by Lamotte. Ukrov was there and just punts it in. So that was a touchy victory. Then we completely collapsed against Volkingen. We probably deserved at least a draw from this, but we just weren't sharp enough in our attack. And all things considered, it was probably a deserved win for Volkingen. Then we beat Reutlingen away from home 6-1, suddenly out of the nothing, out of the blue. It was a Dietrich Brace who is playing really well lately. I'm happy for that because he's one of the players that eventually can slot into this Ebert role. He's developing really nicely as well. And then we played a match against Condor. Pretty standard, pretty boring, just a 2-0 victory, nothing special. Now, for the coming games, I promised that I will be back by the Bogen game. The Bogen game actually was last week, but it got postponed because of a waterlogged pitch. So we're going to have a midweek game against Bogen, and the game that we're playing now is against Altona and 6th. So we do have a game in hand by that cause. If I just, yeah, here's the table. It's only 3 points now, in comparison to Stad Dalentov. But we do have a game in hand after all. So it's pretty essential that we win this one, because 3 points is not a lot. It's not a lot at all. Now, the departure of Ebert did leave quite a hole in the squad, because Altweg was injured, Dietrich was injured, Usta was suspended for like 3 matches. So we have to do with, like, I played Lofty a lot. You can see here I played 2 matches and 2 off the bench in the last games. Ludwig played, actually scored a few as well. Menzel played a game. He's not good, if you want to know it. Like, yeah, and let's not look at that. But the first team is pretty much back entirely. So that's a nice start. Max Bol is still injured. He's probably, I think he's not gonna make the next match against Bogen. Bogen is in 22nd, I believe, so I'm not gonna risk him either way. I am gonna bring him on the bench instead of Menzel, because Menzel's shit. Alright, is this the team I want? This is the team I want. Alright. Altona in 6th. We must win it. There's really no other way to put it. The calm faith. Calm faith. They absolutely love it. Alright, let's go. Let's turn it back into 2D as well. Skip this. There we go. Let's see who they are playing. Roland Beckham are playing Rugenberger in 11th. And Stad Dalentov are playing Interfering in 14th. Alright. It's possible. Not likely, but it's possible. Let's just speed up this. It seems like maybe a highlight's coming. It is. Here's Dietrich, and it's instantly, I want to say entirely, that's not a right word to use there. Instantly 1-0 for Koblenz. What a nice start. You can see Altona, even though they are 26 points behind us, it is only 5 places the difference, so they are a pretty decent side, so it's really nice. First shot on target immediately goes in. Great start. I am actually tempted to go into counter right away, since we haven't been defending very well, but we'll do this for now. Is Alper. Demmer. It's just passed into the left back's foot there. Alper with quite a nice dribble, it hits the post and it's away. Pointless highlight. But I'll take more of those, please. 1-0 will be fine by me. Stad and Torf are 1-0 up. Roland, Beckham as well. So Taranoglu with a chance and it's just wide. It's looking good though for us right now. We've had the most of the shots, 2 clear-cut opportunities. Altwijk into Ukrov, and Ukrov really should have scored there. I don't know why he just decided to hit it first time. He could have easily taken a touch, but I guess you don't argue with your top scorer. But we are massively on top of this game right now. As long as we keep it this way, I'm confident that we can pull out the win here. We're playing well, yes, that's true. Only the goalkeeper seemed excited about that, even though he hasn't had a shot in his hands for the entire match so far, but not a big issue, I guess. There was a fall from Glasner. I thought it was Usta was the mistake, but it didn't seem that bad. No, he's just gonna get a telling. Alright. Here we are again. Demmer on the right hand side to Ukrov. Demmer with the cross to Dietrich and it's 2-0. Thomas Dietrich again with his 21st goal of the season. Really, really good player. I think I highlighted him already in episode 1 or 2 for being the most consistent player that we have. And he proved that like every match. He hasn't really had a match where he really dropped off. Like, well, he obviously had, but then the entire team dropped off. So the match that we play well, Dietrich plays well always. So I'm really eager to see him in the striker role some more. But Glasner, they put one back for him, for Altona. It's 2-1 with a second shot. Not ideal. It was, who is that, Ramik? It's Koenert, who gets caught out a bit too easily for my liking. Seemed offside, it wasn't. Alright, what are our lads doing? Roland Beckham still winning, Stad Dallentorf still winning. And it's a penalty to us, it seems. It is. I didn't notice. I wasn't watching, to be honest, but we'll take it. Who's gonna take it? Probably Ukrov. We haven't had a lot of penalties, so I'm not sure. It's Dietrich. And Dietrich, and he misses it. He misses it. Just after praising him for being so consistent and so good, he misses a penalty, but alright. Maybe we can get third now in this highlight. I would like it, because it's not that... Oh my god, what is that? What is that? And it's 2-2. That was awful from Koenert again. I'm just gonna sub him off. Koenert for our binder. Awful. You don't really see what happened there, but I was pretty sure he was just standing still and letting Glasner take the ball for Altona, but it's 2-2 and that's the truth. So virtually we're only 1 point off second and only 4 points off a playoff spot at this point. Not ideal. Not ideal. Let's pull one back, guys. We've been far better than they were. Let's just do it like this. I do that a lot in matches when we are struggling and it seems to help quite a lot. So here we are. Ukrov into Wolf. And it's Dietrich and he hits the post. And why isn't he just Demmer? He just let the ball pass him. He could have easily taken a shot there. Now on the counter attack Altona, but it's Usta who makes the tactical foul. Ukrov again with the cross. Someone pick it up. We don't seem to be playing with a lot of urgency here, even though it's quite an important match. Ukrov maybe, and he hits it from distance and it's 3-2 to Koblenz. that's a pretty big relief actually. I'm gonna shut shop right now. We're gonna go on to counter. Contain hasn't been really working for me, so I won't bother with that. We're gonna sit slightly deeper, close down less, and this will do. I'm gonna take off exploit the middle actually. Alright, come on. Nice pass by Bounder. It was headed on by Dietrich and Ukrov. That's a lovely finish. That's what we've seen from him the entire season so far. Outstanding player. But here's another highlight. Was the goal kick for them. Dietrich fails to pick it up, and maybe now yeah, he picks it up, but passes it right back to their central defender. It's Alpert for them on the left hand side. Gets picked up by Wolf. Altweg pass into Ukrov. Can he make something out of this? Doesn't seem so. Risky pass by Wardschmidt across the own back line, but Samoa. Alright, he just tries to shoot, and that was the highlight probably. Was almost throw-in for us. Almost. Alright, 2 more subs. We have Ludwig can come on for Ukrov probably. And I'm gonna bring in Lofty for Altweg. Yeah. Gonna let Kossia Samoa see the game out for once. It's 4 minutes to go, and it seems to be their highlight. It's Diekman on the left hand side for them, and it hits the post, luckily for us, because that's most of the time the end of the highlight, but it seems to not be. Yeah, it is. We're gonna see this through. 20 seconds left. 15. That's probably it. Don't say that too soon. Yeah, there we are. 3-2 win against Altona. That was pretty bad, but yeah, fell short of expectations despite the result. I agree with that. Oh well, we did get the win. We got the win. I'm not gonna cut this part because maybe you can see some interesting stuff happen, because it's 2 days till the end of the transfer window. So there might be still something happening. Speculation linking with you with a vacant Zwickau post. 3rd Regionalliga. I'm flattered. I really hate those interviews. It's always the same. It's never something new. I tend to just click on the second option because that seems to be the most neutral option. Just a bit happier than the middle one, in which they just keep asking you questions. Like the public want to hear a proper answer from you. So just click on the second and I just spam left mouse button till it ends. This is probably gonna take a while since it's the close of the window. It's not that bad. Alright, I'm gonna cut it here. If anything happens, I'll be right with you. Right then, Marius Mill, the attacking midfielder, which I was talking of earlier in the episode, has decided he wanted to sign a contract with us. So he's gonna be a Koblenz player immediately, actually, because he's not at a club momentarily. At the moment, I would like to say that. He looks pretty decent. He is already a natural advanced playmaker, and that's the role we play, of course. So we might slot him in now and then. He's not outstanding, but I don't expect him to be. Right then, nothing else happened. It was a pretty quiet deadline day all around. We didn't even receive any bids for any of our players, so that's nice. This is the team that we're gonna do it with for the foreseeable future, at least until the end of this season. So we are playing Bogen. This is the match we have in hand. And I'm probably, Max Ball still can't play. Full training tomorrow. Alright, I'm gonna play Lofty instead of Wolf and move Altweg back. I haven't been that impressed with Wolf so far. He isn't our best player by any means, but still a bit disappointing. I'm gonna bring in Ramik. Ramik was really disappointing for the last few matches. That's why I dropped him for Samoa. But he's gonna go back in, have his chance, and this is the team. You see here, Bogen are in 22nd, only won 5 matches the entire season. This should be a fairly large win for us, hopefully. The passionate faith. And there we go. So nobody else is playing at the moment, that's logical, since it is a midweek game. There don't seem to be any midweek games at all in this competition, so that's nice actually. We are playing in the white today, since Bogen's first kit is apparently blue. We haven't had a lot this season. Most of the teams play like in red or in black, so we can play in blue for most of the games, but not this one. It's Demo with a great dispossession. It's back into it, Kufo per accident. Here's a Kuf. There's a Kuf. He's Ukrov, he hits the bar. I meant to say Usta, for those of you who didn't notice. Apparently it's a Kuf new. Alright. They're on the attack. Sommer, it's an easy catch for Petrovic. Petrovic, who hasn't really made any errors in the last few games, so I'm pretty stoked for him. Here's Ukrov, maybe with a distance shot. No, goes back into Akufo, Altweg, Dietrich. Some nice playing football from us. Akufo into Altweg with a through pass to Dietrich, and Dietrich finished it. It isn't offside. Oh god, I've been recording for a bit too long, I think. It's been a day of recording. That's why I'm still wearing the same Bayern Munich shirt, actually. If you didn't notice. I'm not someone who wears their shirts like 7 days in a row. So that should be good to know for you. Here's a Kufu. Maybe with a distance shot it goes well wide. Is that the highlight? It is not, it seems. What a weird highlight this is. Maybe, yeah, it's for us. Into Dietrich, Akufo, Ukrov. We've been on top of this game really nicely, actually. And as I say that, it looked like a break from them. But Dietrich scores his second, his 23rd goal of the season. What a player Dietrich is playing out to be. He's only 18 years old, like the rest of the team, but like imagine having a player like Dietrich just in a normal standard side, like on the 4th or 5th level of German football. He could be a wonder kid for that level. Alright. Can we grab a third to really seal the game against Bogen? That would be nice. It would be relaxing for once. Because most of the time the games that I record tend to be not relaxing, but it seems to be an attack for them. It's Sevim and they pull one back after 20 minutes. The second shot of the game. This has been happening an awful lot lately, that we just go up by 1 or 2 goals and they immediately pull back from like the first shot that they have. It's gonna be a problem, especially when our central defenders, Kunert and the other one, Teranoglu, there he is, are leaving at the end of the season because our loans end. We might have a really big problem because I found a lot of players, but none of them really were central defenders, or good central defenders for that matter. It was a pretty big chance by Dietrich, but he did hit the post unfortunately. Maybe a little chance for us left. Doesn't seem like it. No. Alright, just scored a third. Get us out of the danger zone. This result would put us 6 points clear again from Stad Dallentorf with only 9 games to go. We're playing well, I disagree. Don't get him complacent, that's a bit nice to say. They look stressed. Kufo and Dietrich. It's just 2 players I would not ever stop in a game like this. It probably would be a Kufo and Dietrich, so that's unfortunate. Time is just ticking by. It's already the 65th minute. We do need something, because otherwise we'll be prone to late equalizer. But here we are. Maybe Altweg, Akufo, can he turn? Now puts it back into Ramek. Ramek puts the cross into Summer, but it's easily dealt with. And now maybe Bogen on the counter-attack. No, it's a poor pass. Petrovic. This couldn't be the highlight. Petrovic spills it out to Usta. It's a dodgy pass, but it reached its target. Ukrov maybe, yeah! It is 3-1. What a relief. It's been really stressful games lately. Like at the beginning of the season when we just won every game 5-0. That was a nice time. I would just sit back in my chair, and I haven't done that in like 15 games. But maybe the last few games when we are champions. Undoubtedly. Don't say that. I probably jinxed it now. No, the ball's with us. Altweg, Ukrov. Come on, score for a fourth. Dietrich, there is the 4th. It's a convincing second half for us, fortunately. It was a nice pass by Altweg. Ukrov just takes a touch, through ball into Dietrich, and Dietrich slots it really calmly in the bottom right corner. Nice goal. And now I am gonna make some subs, because we have another game in like 4 days, and I noticed that it was against 8th place, so Wolf can come on for Usta. Lofty is not gonna play either way, so I can keep him on. Kulen is gonna come on for Karaka, the captain of the club still, Karaka, even though he doesn't play often. I'm not really sure who wears the captain's armband in games like this, but... And we can bring on... Liedke can play a game, why not? Immediate highlight for us, just before the substitutions got through even, was a cross from Ukrov. It was a pretty bad one though. Usta wins his header, Ramik, and Kufu into Altweg, back into Lofty. This is really nice. A nice turn from Dietrich to face the goal and just put it away as calmly as he did the fourth. Like, look at the turn that Dietrich makes. Really nice, and just at the post. Nice goal. It's 1-5. We're cruising. Altweg is really tired, so maybe I will rest him. And Ball will be back for next game, so we probably can rest him. Yeah, it's really good that we won this game in hand. Maybe it was still close. Ukrov. I probably should have got it on target there, but I'm not going to complain. That was a really good second half. Alright, so now we are 6 points clear at the top of the table. Just gonna quickly zip through this. There we go. Somebody... Galatasaray are watching Usta. Galatasaray. Who else? And Union Berlin. I'm not gonna sell him to Galatasaray. His contract is expiring. And I did make a promise. Yeah, I promised him to gain promotion. He's probably gonna go for a free, Usta is. I only noticed it now, actually. So, it's probably pretty important that we seal the championship before the season ends, so we can give Usta a new deal. Because I really like Usta. But anyway, for the next game, we are now 6 points clear, so the championship would not be coming in any of those games anytime soon. So we're probably gonna see you for those 2 games against Rugenberger and Elstadt. 2 games that we really should win, and if we win it, then we're probably fine. We'll probably be fine. We have the game against Roland Beckham, of course. I'm gonna live com that as well. But that's gonna be it for this episode. If you liked it, please leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. I'll see you next episode.